Hello, my friend. Welcome to your sleep story. My name is Stephen Dalton. I'm an Irish storyteller, and it's my great privilege to be the voice that you listen to as you go to sleep tonight. As a lot of you will know, I always read your requests for stories, and recently one of you asked for a story set in Provence, where the lavender grows. And so I decided to write a story set a long time ago in that place. A love story that grows as gently and as beautifully as the lavender. I hope you like it. Just one small thing. If you'd like to support my work, you can do so by becoming a patron of the channel. I'd like to thank those of you who already are patrons. It really makes a difference, and I truly appreciate it. Okay, let's do the relaxation session now, which will take a few minutes before tonight's sleep story. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and as I do, allow yourself to let go more and more. 10. Feel the support beneath you, the support of your bed or the floor, and the earth beneath that. Feel the constantness of the earth supporting you. Allow that surety, that solidity, to allow you to release a little more now, to sink into this moment a bit more. 9. You are safe. All is okay. All is well. Allow my voice to be a point of safety for you. Allow my voice to be an anchor that keeps you in a safe space. Know that my voice will only ever bring you to safe places. 8. Feel into your body now. Notice where you might be holding. Anywhere that might be tense. Maybe your feet. Maybe your hands. Maybe your face. Maybe your belly. Just release it all now. Your body has worked hard for you today. It's time for it to rest. It deserves rest. 7. The day is done. Whatever has been, has been. Whatever will be, will be. All you have is now, and thoughts about the day that just was, or the days that are to come, don't serve you right now. So allow that to enable you to settle into this moment more now. 6. This is your moment. You have nowhere to be, nowhere to go. The only place you need to be is here, enjoying this cozy sleep story and the sound of my voice. 5. You deserve rest. You deserve sleep. We all do. So allow that fact to help you to let go a little more now. 4. Perhaps allow yourself to feel a little gratitude now. Gratitude for this moment. Gratitude for the ability to rest. Gratitude for the simple things. Your breath, the shelter that you have tonight, the ability and the opportunity to switch off in a place of safety. 4. Embrace the coziness of this moment, the coziness of lying down in a safe space, moving towards sleep, and the beautiful act of storytelling, the ability to listen to a cozy sleep story. 3. Begin to engage with your imagination now. Begin to see a beautiful sea of purple, the lavender spreading out as far as the eye can see, and a pretty little quaint French village. Begin to smell the calming scent of lavender and know that it has the healing power of sleep. 2. Check in with your body again. Make sure you're not holding anywhere. Really release and allow yourself to sink a little deeper. 1. Completely letting go now. As I tell you tonight's sleep story. If I were to tell you that one of the greatest love stories ever told happened in a lavender field in Provence, France, in the 16th century, would you believe me? Well, the truth is that this story has never actually been told, but it is a great love story, and And tonight, you will be one of the first to ever hear it. You might or might not know that Provence is one of the world's great places for growing lavender. That wonderful plant that is proven to bring about the gift of sleep. This has been known for thousands of years. The Romans even made oil from it. And for generations, Laurent's family worked a particularly special piece of land, bringing sleep and calm to all of France and beyond. Even the King of France had a particular fondness for the lavender that came from Laurent's land. And that fact, my friend, is what is of particular interest to us in tonight's story. For not only did the king have a great fondness for this particular lavender, but the king's daughter, Melody, loved to sleep with this lavender on her pillow more than any other. In fact, Melody loved it so much that she needed to see where it grew and who grew it. You see, Princess Melody was once told that if she can find the grower of the one that provides her sleep, that it will lead to a deep and enduring love. And so the princess set about finding the best map makers in all the kingdom to help her find this little piece of land in Provence. And after months of looking and sending out messengers, the piece of land where the lavender grows, she believes, has been found. And so we join Princess Melody as she sits in her carriage on the long and winding road from Paris to Provence. The journey is a long one. In fact, it's the furthest Princess Melody has ever traveled. She leaves behind the bustling heart of Paris, and each passing mile is marked by a gradual transformation in the landscape outside her carriage window. The urban environment of the city gives way to open countryside, where the air grows cleaner and brings with it the subtle and beautiful fragrances of nature. Freshly tilled earth, blooming wildflowers, and the distant hint of rain on the horizon. The rhythm of the carriage wheels against the very old roads forms a steady, comforting backdrop to her thoughts, a tangible reminder of the distance she travels in pursuit of something intangible. Melody wraps a shawl tightly around her shoulders, not so much against the chill in the air, but for the comfort its softness provides. She breathes deeply, in and out, in and out, trying to capture and commit to memory each scent that drifts through the carriage window. As the journey progresses, the days pass by, and the beauty of the sunsets prompts Melody to lower the carriage window, allowing the cool evening air to mingle with the warmth inside. Each evening, she listens to the sounds, the distant lowing of cattle, the gentle rustling of leaves, and the occasional bird call. And each evening, the carriage lanterns are lit as dusk falls, casting a soft, golden light that flickers with the movement of the journey. Melody watches as the light dances across the soft leather of the carriage interior, illuminating the pages of the book she holds and reads from time to time. But her mind is preoccupied with thoughts of the lavender fields and the person who tends them. Many days and nights pass, and the final leg of the journey is shrouded in darkness. The carriage lanterns, now the only source of light in the rural night. Melody feels a mixture of excitement and apprehension as the carriage turns onto a narrower path, the wheels crunching softly on the gravel. The scent of lavender, faint at first, grows stronger, enveloping her in its soothing embrace. When the carriage finally comes to a halt, Melody steps out into the night air. She breathes in the aroma of lavender, in the sky bathes the landscape in a silvery glow, revealing row upon row of lavender plants that stretch out before her, an endless sea of soft purple. And there, in the moonlight, she sees a silhouette moving among the rows. A man. Laurent, she presumes, though they have not yet met. The sight of him, even from a distance, sends a thrill through her, a premonition of the love story that is about to unfold on this very farm. Melody is now disguised in the simple clothes of a peasant. She does not wish to be known as a princess by this man or anyone else in this place. She steps out from her carriage, and it leaves her there, alone, and waiting to meet Laurent. The air is filled with the scent of rain on the earth, mingling with the heady aroma of lavender. She treads carefully, her steps muffled by the soft, damp ground, as she makes her way toward the solitary figure working amidst the rows of fragrant plants. She already feels so calm here. It's difficult not to, with the wonderful scent abounding. Laurent, with his back to her, is tending to the lavender. Even in the night time, he cares so deeply about his work. His movements are deliberate and practiced, and the moonlight casts his shadow long and lean against the earth. He is as much a part of the landscape as the lavender itself. As Melody approaches, a twig snaps softly underfoot, betraying her presence. Laurent pauses, straightening up from his work, and turns to face the newcomer. Their eyes meet, a moment suspended in time, where the world around them seems to fall away, leaving only the two of them under the vast, starlit sky. Laurent's gaze is curious, tinged with caution. In this remote part of Provence, visitors are rare, especially at this hour. Yet there's no hint of a threat in Melody's demeanor, only a quiet curiosity that mirrors his own. "Good evening," he says, his voice a warm baritone that carries softly in the still night. "It's unusual to see travelers here so late. Is there something you seek?" Melody, momentarily caught in the depth of Laurent's gaze, finds her voice. "Good evening," she replies, her tone gentle, laced with an unplaceable accent that speaks of her origins far beyond these fields. "I've traveled far, drawn by the tales of lavender that grow in these fields. I wished to see its beauty for myself." Laurent studies her, noting the mismatch between her humble attire and the grace with which she holds herself, a grace not common among the peasantry. Intrigued, he nods, stepping aside to welcome her into the field. "Then you are welcome here. The lavender is at its peak. Please, walk with me." As they move through the rows, the lavender brushing softly against their legs, Laurent speaks of the land and the plants with a deep affection that touches Melody deeply. He tells her of the cycles of growth and harvest, of the delicate balance between nature and nurture that yields the vibrant blooms. Melody listens, her heart swelling with a sense of peace she's seldom known. The fragrance of the lavender, the soft rustle of the plants in the breeze, and Laurent's voice become the world to her in this moment. She watches him, sees the love he has for this land, written in every line of his face, in the calluses on his hands, in the way he touches each plant, as if greeting an old friend. Their walk becomes a dance of sorts, a slow procession through the heart of the lavender fields. Words are exchanged sparingly, but each one is laden with meaning, apparent or not. As the tour comes to an end, they find themselves at the edge of the field. they are reluctant to break the spell that has enveloped them, a spell that is further heightened by the scent of lavender all around them. This night that they are sharing together feels like a shared secret, a cocoon that is sheltering the fragile beginnings of something new. "Thank you," Melody says, her voice barely above a whisper, afraid to shatter the delicate silence that has settled between them, "for sharing this beauty with me." Laurent nods, a smile touching the corners of his lips. "It was my pleasure. Safe travels, and may the lavender bring you peace." As Melody turns to leave, a part of her longs to stay, to linger in this place where time seems to stand still. But she carries with her the memory of the night, of the lavender fields under the moonlight, and of the man whose soul is such a part of the land he loves. As Melody begins to walk away, a voice calls out to her, "Wait." She turns to see Laurent approaching, a thoughtful expression on his face. "The night is late, and maybe you need somewhere to sleep tonight. You're welcome to stay here. I have a guest room that you can use." Surprised by the offer, but deeply touched by the kindness, Melody accepts. "Thank you, Laurent. I appreciate your hospitality," she replies, her voice carrying a hint of relief. She had wanted to ask could she stay, for if she had left now, she would not have fulfilled the prophecy. But shyness had got the better of her, so she was so happy at this invitation. The modest farmhouse adjacent to the fields is warm and inviting. Inside, the aroma of lavender is omnipresent, mingling with the scent of wood smoke from the fireplace. Laurent prepares a simple but hearty meal, and they sit down at a rustic wooden table. Over dinner, Melody finds herself opening up about her fascination with lavender. "There's something about it that's always called to me," she explains. "The color, the scent, the way it seems to hold the essence of peace. I would love to know more, to truly become immersed in the world of lavender. Laurent listens intently, nodding. Lavender is more than just a plant to us here. It's a way of life, a connection to the land and to those who have gone before us. His eyes light up as he speaks, and Melody can see the depth of his connection to the lavender fields that surround them. I could show you, Laurent offers after a moment of contemplation. If you're willing to stay a few days, I can teach you about the cultivation of lavender, about the harvest, and the ways that we use it, from the fields to the final product. There's much to learn. Melody's heart leaps at the opportunity. I would be honored, she says. There's nowhere I need to be, and I can think of no better way to spend my time. Their conversation continues long into the night, and as the fire burns down to embers and the hour grows late, they bid each other good night, each feeling a sense of gratitude for the unexpected turn the day has taken. As the days unfold under the Provencal sun, Melody and Laurent find themselves drawn together by more than just their shared interest in lavender. Each morning, Melody joins Laurent in the fields, eager to learn and to lend a hand. Together, they walk the rows of lavender, Laurent teaching her how to tend to the plants, when to harvest, and how to distill the essential oils that carry the essence of Provence within them. The work is hard but rewarding, and Melody finds a deep satisfaction in the physical labor, in the feel of the earth under her feet, and the sun on her back. The lavender fields, with their vibrant colors and intoxicating scent, are a backdrop to their growing affection. One evening, as they sit watching the sunset paint the sky above the fields, Melody breaks the comfortable silence. Laurent, she begins, I came here seeking the beauty of lavender, but I found so much more. I found a peace I never knew I was missing, a sense of belonging that I've longed for without even realizing it. And I found you. Laurent turns to her, his eyes reflecting the colors of the twilight sky. Melody, these days with you have been a gift. You've brought light and laughter into my life and into the heart of these fields. I cannot imagine going back to the way things were before you arrived. They sit in silence for a moment. The magnitude of their confession hanging in the air between them. Then, almost as if by mutual agreement, they turn back to the vista before them, the fields of lavender, stretching out into the distance. I want to stay, Melody says, her decision firm. I want to build a life here, with you, in the midst of all this beauty. Laurent reaches for her hand, his grip warm and reassuring. Then stay, Melody. Stay, and let's build that life together. This simple man and this princess sit in the heart of the lavender fields of Provence, and a new chapter begins for them. The simple man, Laurent, has no clue about Melody's royal heritage, and she prefers it that way. She writes to her father and tells him she will be staying. There is little the king can do, for he knows how headstrong his beautiful daughter is. And so days pass, and then weeks, and then months, and over the years, Laurent and Melody's life together in the heart of Provence's lavender fields becomes a portrait of serene contentment. Their bond, much like the lavender itself, is a source of calm and tranquility, deeply rooted in the rhythm of the land. as they age, the pace of life slows, but their appreciation for the simple moments grows. They find joy in the quiet mornings spent walking through the lavender, now more about the companionship than the work. Their home is a haven of peace. Evenings are spent in quiet conversation or enjoying the ever-comfortable silence. The scent of lavender, carried on the breeze through open windows, fills their home, a natural reminder of the day's end and the approach of night. When night falls, the world outside their door quiets to a whisper, the only sound, the gentle rustling of lavender under the starry sky. It's in these moments, in the stillness of the night, that Laurent and Melody find their deepest peace. The stress and noise of the world seem many miles away, irrelevant against the backdrop of their shared life. Sleep comes easily, encouraged by the natural calm that surrounds them. Their nights are deep and restful. Each morning greeting them with the soft light of dawn, flickering through the lavender. This peaceful cycle, marked by the seasons of the fields, brings a profound sense of fulfillment. Laurent and Melody's love story is not one of dramatic gestures, but of a shared journey through life with grace and quiet joy. They never needed the excitement of the outside world. Their happiness was found in the life they built together, surrounded by the beauty of Provence. And in the end, Melody's royal heritage always remained a footnote, an unspoken piece of her past that held no sway over their present. Together they found something far more valuable, a life of contentment, of love, and the deep, peaceful sleep that comes from living in harmony with the land and each other.